Jason Gunn and Candy Lane were like the Bonnie and Clyde of Dancing with the Stars. Kia ora to Candy, and in the tube, Jason in Christchurch. How are you, Jace?
Oh, I'm very well, actually. Bonnie and Clyde, hear that, Candy?
I like that.
Oh, well, what I want to know is, though, Jace, you obviously didn't get the email that we sent through about the shirts. What's with the hoodie in that? Look at what we're wearing.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it pretty street, that sort of little skateboardy sort of thing. I'm sorry about that. I've really underdressed today, haven't I?
No, you always...
Well, don't forget, excuse me, being part of the big breakfast show on Classic Hits at Christchurch, I've been up early this morning. So this is how you dress for radio.
Oh, righto, okay. That's fair enough, fair enough. Hey, Jace, before we talk about Dancing with the Stars with you and Candy,
yes.
I want to talk about your earlier moments in television. Remember at the McDonald's Young Entertainers show?
Of course I do.
Well, we'll have a look at that and then we'll come back and have a chat.
Really?
Boogie nights. Boogie nights. Ain't no doubt we are here to party. Boogie nights. I think you used that suit in Stars.
Yes, that is a beautiful suit there, designed by who, Jason?
Someone who's obviously blind. It was very big with the blind viewers. You know, it's amazing that they let me dance, Candy. I haven't got any better, have I?
No, darling, no, you haven't.
Pretty much.
Look at you.
But this Young Entertainers show, we talk about some of the, you know, the great young kids that were coming through. We saw an Ainsley Allen before. Also, we had Hayley Westenra. She was somebody as well.
There. Yeah, Drew Nemia, Adrian Stevenon, Michelle's gone on to some wonderful acting. Look, they've all gone on to great things. They were so talented, apart from the host. And, in fact, they were all taller than the host, in fact. But it was a wonderful television show. That was good old family viewing, and nothing wrong with a bit of that. And it was good, very enjoyable to make, too.
Hey, we're just looking at a clip here of Hayley. Did you see that talent in her that early? Did you think she could make it?
I picked it. I picked it, Brendan, to be honest. I picked it. You know, I was there from the... I mean, you know, she owes it to me, let's be honest. No, she was amazing back then.
Look at her.
She, just beautiful. She stood out. She didn't win, in fact. She lost in the final.
Yeah.
But I think when she looks back at her career, she may not worry too much about that.
No, not at all. No. Hey, Candy, do you remember that show? Do you remember
I do remember it very well. And you're quite right, the stars that came out of that show, it's just fantastic. You know.
Hey, let's talk about, I guess, the show that everyone loves and misses, Dancing with the Stars. No Dancing with the Stars this year. Are you missing it? Are you missing it?
Oh, I so miss it. We were like a Dancing with the Stars family, weren't we, Brendan?
We certainly were.
And I miss Jason. Yes. Oh, I wish I could give you a hug, Jason.
Love,
and hug the big screen instead.
The thing is, though, can I say, we do miss it, and it's great. The great thing is, though, look, it is a fantastic show. We've had 5 amazing years. Yes. And what I think I'm most impressed with TVNZ is, look, you do it big, or you don't do it at all. It's a very expensive show to make, and there's been some fantastic new shows on our screens this year.
Are you getting paid, Jason?
Look at us.
Look at you,
me.
I like the outfits. And you know the great thing about a lot of these clips too, also, you had to practice a dance. What was it like trying to teach Jason how to dance?
Oh, please.
Oh, it was fabulous. We never had much time, but that was the funniest thing. Sometimes we'd just go up the top of the stairs and I'd go, oh, we didn't have time to do our little bit. But we looked forward to those little bits.
And they were little bits, Candy, weren't they? They were the little bits that I did. And to be honest, that's the bit that I was scared of the most, was that little bit at the start.
Yeah. Oh. If we could get through that...
How was it for you, Candy? Because initially when they started the show, you were just gonna oversee the dances and make sure that everything was going okay. Then all of a sudden,
that's right,
you were thrown in as this front person. You had to audition.
That's right.
Was that hard for you?
It was. It was terrifying. It was scary and everything else. I said, poor Jason, he went from one dummy to another the first series. But
no.
From thingy to me, it wasn't much of a step up,
Candy was all over everything. She was a wonderful co-host. She was there, you know, Brendan, she was there for all the cast and all the crew in terms of the choreography. It just worked huge hours. And I'm going to say it never got the official thanks that she deserves, the recognition. So she's a wonderful woman.
I'm just proud to have been on that show, and a show that everyone loved, and it was so popular.
And look at you there with Stefano. Did you used to get nervous when you used to do these dances as well on the show?
Always. Really? I still get nervous when I perform, and I think you've just got to channel that, you know, and it's because you care.
Yes.
You love what you do, you get nervous.
I want to talk about also when you first started, your first show that you ever started. I didn't realise that you had an accident behind the scenes and you still went out and danced afterwards.
Well, yes, one of the shows, I wanted to go up and see Jason because I thought, oh my God, I just remembered something I haven't told him. And I went scurrying up the side to get to him, and I had the new shoes on, and I just slipped over, and I put my arm out to catch myself.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was a piece of steel, and it sliced into under my armpit. And of course, it was like, oh, I don't know, a couple of minutes before we were to go to air, and all of a sudden I was surrounded by all these people, and there was blood, you know,
Oh, no.
and they were sticking makeup in there, and I'm like, giving me, you know, Panadol and Rescue Remedy, and up we did and started the show, and I was dancing with Brendan that night.
She just
It was
kept
our
on
rumba
going.
that we were doing, and of course, no one had any idea, but I think because of that, that show, I think, took my nerves away, because I was just so amazed what had gone on. I couldn't get nervous.
What people need to appreciate, though, is that you weren't only presenters, and, you know, I had the opportunity to be one of the dancers. It was such a nerve-wracking thing, and Jason, in all respect to you, you had to present the show, but you also were there. You gave us props, and we needed props to lift us up. So it was more than just being a presenter, wasn't it?
Well, I think, as Candy said, Brendan, before, it's very much a family show. And, you know, it's a very nerve-wracking thing to be on for an hour and a half of an evening and hoping that you don't fall over or you remember the right moves. And I guess my role, and Candy's as well, was to make it as enjoyable and as relaxing as we possibly could for those involved. I used to like the phrase, look, if you fall, I'll catch you. Sadly, it didn't work for Rodney Hyde, but you know, that's just he tried a big move.
But we got to care about you all too. That's the thing. We got to know you all so well, and that was, to me, one of the big highlights for me on the show was to get to know people like, you know, like yourself, Rodney, Paul Holmes, you know, just fabulous people, and of course Jace. And you do care. So when you get to a live show, you actually care more about people that are performing and want them to be their best, and you know how much it means to them.
Jason, did you think when they decided to do this show, Dancing with the Stars, that it would be such a success that people would just tune in every Tuesday night and watch it?
No.
You didn't?
I remember coming down the stairs the first night thinking, wow, this is going to go one of two ways. It's either going to go, this is big, or whatever happened to Jason Gunn? He did some dancing show. Last thing he did. I didn't know. But when you look at the formula, it's no surprise how it does work. And it's outstanding.
Sorry, in a matter of fact, it's taken over in the States. It's #1.
Yes.
It's taken over from American Idol. And in many countries, it's still their top-rating show.
And the interesting thing is you must get recognised regularly for Dancing with the Stars. I know as a dancer, and I danced 3 years ago, people still remember it. What is it that they love so much about this show? What is it?
Well, it was just a great family show. People would get together, they'd get together with a group of friends. They'd never go out, they'd take the phones off. People still say to me, I mean, you're the same, you can't go anywhere without them saying, when's the next Dancing with the Stars show?
Yeah.
And I say, well, you know, keep our fingers crossed. You never know.
What about you, Jace?
But also, I think it was that thing, sorry, Candy, is that people, like, you could be a politician or a TV presenter or whatever you did, at the end of the day, leave that at the door, because the question is, can you actually dance?
Yeah, that's right.
And the answer was sometimes no, and that's okay.
Well, no, that is okay. Hey, Kenny, I want to talk about it because dancing's been in your life for such a long time. Is this something that you would have thought would have happened in the future, this Dance with the Stars show? Did you ever imagine it?
No, well, I imagined it probably in my dreams because it was a dream show to do.
Yes. And
you're right, to have a show that I could actually perform on and help dancers get, involved in it and show their wares on national television. And it's been my passion. And so it was such a surprise. And I believe you never know what's around the corner, Brendan, do you?
Well, you know what? I hope they bring that show back, Jason and Candy. Thank you so much for chatting with us today. Lovely to talk to you as always. Next time...
Can I just ask something? Is it cold in Wellington where you are?
Never. I mean, look what I'm wearing, Jace. Look.
Well, it's freezing here. Excuse me?
Yes?
Could I have a heater, please?
You want a heater?
A heater, please. It's free. I've been sitting here talking to Brendan and Candy the whole time.
Down there you go.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
thanks, good morning.
Thank you. Was that one of your sponsors, Jace?
Yes, as a busy presenter, I choose... What the hell's that? Yeah. Oh, no, good.
All right, Jace, thank you so much. Candy, thank you so much. Great to talk to you as always.
Being here.
Wonderful.
Big fan, big fan.
Yeah, big fan. Good on you, pal.